Welcome to a brand new episode of the Being Podcast, a safe space that I've created where we are now coming together. We are learning, we are encouraging, and we are tweaking the ways in which we believe, engage, innovate, navigate, and gain in every area of our lives. I am your host, your girl, Jada, and you know what I'm going to say? Yes, I am excited to be here with you today, whether you are seeing me, what's up, or if I'm in your ear. Either way, I appreciate it, and hopefully, you're getting something out of these episodes and you're sharing them, because sometimes we don't know what we don't know. Or there are times where we feel like we are going it alone, when in reality that is not the case, right? As some say, there is nothing new under the sun. So, with that being said, I know I've been talking a lot about our mindset because I do believe that everything starts there. I believe everything tends to go back there because, we've been trained a certain way, or our subconscious minds want to protect us. So, there's that, that element of it as well. But I'm going to shift just a little bit. It's still kind of about mindset, but, some of us have been dealing with winter more so than others. Not too bad down here in the South where I am, but you know, we've been thinking about like how things are happening to us, and how do we move forward from things, and how do we deal with snow and ice and rain. And then it's like winter one day and summer in the afternoon, all the things. But we are approaching spring. So, if you are like me, I am definitely welcoming, more sunshine and more, daylight hours and all of the things, right? So, shifting into, we are now starting to hit spring breaks. If you are a parent, especially a busy mama, this year is time is not waiting for anybody, okay? I cannot believe we are already halfway done of the spring semester and quickly getting to the summer months. But before we just rush into that, spring break, if you haven't hit it, is probably coming up really soon. And so I was thinking about it because years past, I'm like, okay, we're not really doing anything, we're not going anywhere because life and because work and this and this and this. And now I am just starting to shift all that. And I'm like, why are we not? Why are we not taking some time to do something to create memories, right? For ourselves and for our family. And I'm saying that for like me and my husband because we have to make the decisions, right? So again, our bodies are going to go where our mind tells it to, right? Our actions, our reactions, all of that is going to stem from what we think, how we believe, all the things that I've talked about in the past few episodes. Go check them out, all right? They're short, they're easy, get in, get out. There it is. But I've been really focused on that. But in this episode, I really just kind of want to think about being intentional. That was a word I came up with like years ago for my word. Not like I made the word, but that was the word I wanted to use, right? I was like, I want to be more intentional. I don't want life just to be happening to me. I want to have some input. And so for a while, I was really focused on that. And now it's kind of ingrained in me. And now at this point, I'm really like, no, set the intention to have the outcome that you want. So, whether that is me trying to make some memories for my family, for spring break, or just everyday life, how are we setting the intentions for the goals that we have for reaching and working on that true self identity that we've been talking about for a while now? What are those things that are going to allow us to get there? So I'm using this as an example, right? Because we are about to get ready and do a couple of things, have some fun activities for the kids and for me, going back to some of those childhood things. And then for my husband, I just kind of drag him along. I'm like, come on, this is where you got to be. And this is the uniform you got to be in, right? Because some men are like, just tell me. So I'm thinking about that a lot because I'm the one that's doing the planning, the logistics, which is fine. But I'm also saying, how do I apply that for my own personal goals, my own personal dreams? And then how do I share that? So that is what this episode is about. We're still talking about our mindsets, right? Because you can't really like know where you're going unless you kind of have a goal, right? So if you're saying, okay, I want to be in this bikini by June, or let's say May, right? Because I think that's when we first start hitting the real like holidays for Memorial Day. If you're like, I want to be in this swimsuit by May, that's the goal. But then the intentions are what? How are you executing the intentions? Then the intentions are, I'm going to find someone who's going to help hold me accountable if I need that, which most of us probably do. I am going to ensure that I'm swapping out some things that I eat, possibly, right? Because what do they say? The diet is really, in the kitchen. What are the workouts I'm going to do? How does that look? And then maybe it's the shopping, like which swimsuit do I want, right? So you can get it and you have it, and that is what you're aspiring to get to. So you can have the goal, which is wonderful, right? But then you have to have the intention behind it in order to get there. And so our minds, again, yes, your subconscious is going to be like, girl, I want to eat this. I want to drink this. I don't want that water. That's so bland. Whatever it's telling you, right? Your muscles are going to be like, yeah, no, ma'am, this is not what I want. I am not feeling this. I am super sore, whatever it is, right? Our mind, our bodies, they're going to really try to get us to not do the things that it's going to take to reach our goals. And that's okay. That's life. But I am saying that we have to have enough strength, mental strength, emotional strength, possibly physical strength, having our communities to rally behind us, that we can say, hey, this is my goal, and then for them to help you to reach it, right? Checking in and whatnot. So we have to do these things in order to reach our goals. And so we have to set that intention and say, you know what? Yes, I know this is coming. Like, what is the objection? Yes, I know waking up at 5 o'clock is going to be a stretch for me. But I also know that once I'm up and I'm moving and I get that done, not only am I checking it off the list, but that is a step, that 1% forward, that's going to help me get to my goal. So, how are you ensuring that your mindset is actually keeping up with your goal? How are they in alignment? Because they really need to be, as we like to say, lock and step, right? They need to be working in concert together. So it's one thing to be like, yes, I'm seeing these people, or you might have I'm not going to say an idol, but you might have someone that you would love to imitate or, inspire to be, right? Someone who motivates you and inspires you, and you see them, and you may only be seeing like, okay, here's what it looks like now, but you're not with them all the time, right? So you don't know what it really took for them to get there. But it had to have been something. Nobody's taking magic pills, we're not going to get into that. But what is it that you have to do the work? And that is what this is about. So for me, planning this little trip, it's like, okay, yep, it may not be the whole week. And eventually I would love for it to be like, hey, we're going to take a whole week off for fall break and a whole week off for spring break. And those are going to be our moments. But for me, I know I have to, take those dreams and kind of make them a little bit smaller to make them attainable, execute them, and then get the momentum to know that yes, it can happen. So when I'm sharing things with you, I'm not sitting up here like Jada has it all figured out. I am doing the very thing that I am encouraging you to do. Take that big goal, break it down, but then have actionable steps, the intention behind it, have a count, like a roadmap, so that you can say, okay, this is what needs to happen. Here are the milestones. Here are the dates that I would like to have it done by. And then that's giving you momentum and it's helping you to reach that. But again, it does stem back to our minds. What are our minds telling us? Is my mindset going to say, well, you don't have the money for that. You don't have time to take off for that, or you have to be here. I could have all sorts of objections, but that's the thing. I have to look at it and say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what it's going to take. Therefore, let me backwards plan and figure out what I need to do in order to reach it. And that's all it is. I know I made that sound like it was real simple, but really that's what it is. What is your goal? What is it going to take? What are the objections so you can overcome them? And then how do you backwards plan and have those milestones? And that can be anything. That can be, I want to finish 10 books, right? I want to organize my closet. That's another big thing I'm about to do, y'all. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love to shop. I love clothes. I love all the things, but I really only like to buy them and to wear them. Real talk. The washing and the drying and the folding and the putting up, not my ministry. But I have been telling myself here lately, I'm like, if you're not taking care of what you have, why are you trying to add more to it? So for me, I am saying, you know what? I want to clearly see what I have in order to know, what do I, one, really need, what do I really want and desire, and then what do I need to do to get there. So for me, I'm like, hey, if you're not giving things away, if you're not purging, if you're not doing those things and taking those steps, if what you have is not organized in a way where you can see what you have, you're not buying anything else. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get boxes. I have all the inspiration on the Pinterest boards and all of that of how I want it to look, and I am really making myself do the hard work of going through it and really purging, not the yeah, I might wear that here. No, like, what am I really going to keep and hold on to, and then what am I going to bless somebody else with? Right? So that's another example of something I'm doing. Is it going to happen overnight? Nope. So I have to break that down. Like, what are the supplies that I need? Do I start with all the hanging stuff? Do I start with folding stuff? Like, I'll get to that and I'll keep y'all posted on how it goes. But I do know that in order for me to get to where it's organized, it's where I know where things are, what I have and really want to keep and treasure, and things that I want to help other people to give new life to. What does that look like? And how do I break it down so that eventually it's organized? I can see it, and then I can say, okay, you want to replace this, so let's get rid of that. And then I have a routine, right? A system in place. So we'll get into that more later, the routines and the systems, because in the organization, I think it's critical, right? And people always say kind of how you keep things, your home or spaces, right? It impacts your thinking and clarity. So we're going to get into that. I probably need to find someone who can come on and share with us, like, really and truly how it correlates, because I think that it would be beneficial not only to you all, but definitely for me. But that's where we're at. Find some goals. We are going into and transitioning into a new season. What are the things that you're still getting after, and how is your mindset allowing you to be great? All right, I'm gonna be checking in with y'all, so let me know, and I will see or talk to y'all soon. All right, bye.